Afro-Scientific Spirituality. My name is Raymond Sefe West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place where I separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'm going to be talking about uh, how to reclaim your soul essence with the practice of ancestral offerings. By this, when I say ancestral offerings, I mean the process of giving offerings regularly to your ancestral deities, which include and is not limited to your family deities, which is your immediate ancestors, your community deities. These are the deities that is responsible for the uh, advancement, origin, development, protection of your community, your race, your tribe. Those deities are very important. And also deities that are as is in charge of nature, the natural elemental deities, celestial deities, infernal deities. These are very important deities that we just cannot ignore. And there's a very powerful benefit, or there is a power that comes from doing regular ancestral offerings to these primal deities, these primal forces of nature, especially the ones that are directly connected to you. And this is what I want to explain today on this video. Okay, very important video. You will learn a lot of things from this uh, talk. So when we say ancestral deities, what do we mean? These are deities that have been venerated by our ancestors for thousands of years or from time immemorial. We are connected to them by blood, by DNA, by divinity. Okay, in fact, we are them because we are their primogenitures. So we carry the source code of this DNA of these people. We carry it. We carry it in our blood, and we are the offspring. So in essence, you can see that we are simply those DNA's code of those people. We are the same people. We keep reincarnating back again and again and again. We keep reincarnating back to this life, recycling ourselves through death and rebirth, and keep coming back to experience life in this physical surface world, uh, and also to continue doing our work of advancing, evolving our spiritual consciousness, and giving life to where there is no life, and bringing balance to nature, bringing balance and harmony to the world. So this is essentially what we humans are supposed to be doing, especially spiritual people. This is the aim or the purpose of spirituality. So ancestral offerings are part of this whole process. When we give ancestral offerings to the deities, we are actually giving strength, our physical essence. This essence, we gather it from the physical natural environment, from the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. All these are elements that are part of nature, and they contain vital life force energy. So we transform this, the same life force energy that we use to sustain ourselves. We give some of that to our own ancestors in the spirit realm to continue to sustain them, to empower them, and to open a direct connection from this physical world to the spirit world. So we do this by giving these offerings. So when you cook food, for instance, in your kitchen, or you buy it, why are you eating that food you are eating? When you go and eat your rice, your eba, your dodo, your burger, or your whatever you guys eat in any part of the world, you eating these things, you cutting that plant, killing that animal, that chicken, that goat, that rooster, or that pig, or whatever you're eating. You're eating it to extract the life energy from that animal and put it into yourself so that you can continue living. If you don't eat, don't drink water as a human being, you will die, right? You will die because you are designed to eat food to sustain your life. If we don't eat for a certain period of time, we wither out and we die. Okay, same thing with the spirit world. The ancestors that are existing in the spirit realm, in the plasma realm, in the underworld, the land of Amente, the spirit world, whatever name you want to call it, okay, they need to eat too from time to time in order to be connected to you and to establish a very powerful connection. They need this life essence because we are made up of spirit and humans. So they can't just go there and take it like that if you don't give it to them. Giving it to them have more power. It sends a message, a very powerful message, and it concentrates your direction and your focus towards them. So when you prepare this food, you kill the animal, you kill the offerings, depending on the kind of essence that they need. Some of them require just water. You can use just water as an offering. You can use alcohol. Some of them prefer alcohol. Some of them prefer blood, the life essence of other animals, like when you sacrifice goats, fowl, sheep, dove. The blood contains the life energy of that animal. So giving it to the ancestors give them a kind of energy that they need to be able to come closer into this, to come into this physical world, because the blood they are like conductors of energy. They are crystals, liquid crystals. Okay, they are electrical and also magnetic at the same time. So using this blood as an offering attracts certain energies or certain spirits into this physical world. So giving the animal offering from time to time help to magnify, amplify, and empower their presence in this physical world. It gives them the abilities to do certain work, to come into this physical world, to do certain things for you, or the things that they need to do. So it's very important practice. It gives them life. Let me just summarize it. So in Africa, spirituality, we have studied this science, and we know the importance of this science. So giving offerings to the ancestors is a scientific practice. It opens a kind of gateway between the physical and spiritual world, and it empowers your connection with the ancestors. And what this does is that it gives you closer ties, it enhances your psychic perception, and it opens gateway to your past lives, to give you recollection or remembrance, and those subtle parts of you that have been existing before in this world. It brings them back to you. It connects you back to you. So the more you do these offerings, the more it empowers you to remember about your past life. The more it opens gateway into your hidden talents that you have forgotten, and the more it kind of completes your spiritual body. Okay, when you do this every time, you strengthen yourself. As you are strengthening yourself, you're also strengthening your ancestors because it brings them closer to you, and it changes you. It changes you. It shows you your real self, and those particles and bits and pieces of you that you have forgotten, that have been existing in other time zones, other timelines that you were here in your previous incarnations. It brings them back to you. So the more you do these offerings, the more you get a piece of your particles of your soul that you have lost in a previous lifetime or you have forgotten, the more they come back to you. And it completes you, it empowers you. This is due to the fact that we as African people, we have been practicing African spirituality for millennia, for hundreds of thousands of years. These things we are relearning again. We have been doing them before. It is our natural way of practice, natural way of living, natural way of worship, of veneration. And Christianity interrupted all that. Islam interrupted all that. So nowadays, many Africans think that they are Christians, think that they are Muslims because they were born into Christianity in this lifetime. They were born into Islam. and they have kind of forgotten who they are, because the essence of this religion is to brainwash you, to make you forget, so that you can become their slave. So when you start giving offerings again, those parts of you that you have forgotten, you are going to reclaim them back. When you give it to the ancestors will have that power to burst into this physical world, and then they will show you the things that who you used to be, your knowledge, and your real self is going to be revealed to you. It's going to start changing you. So the more you do these offerings, the more you pick bits and pieces of your soul, particles of your soul essence that have been that you have forgotten, with layers of deception that have been planted on you by Christianity. The more you recover them. So the more you do this, the more you find out that you start changing, you start growing in your spiritual advancement and development. You start seeing yourself as a deity. In fact, you will actually be seeing your true form as a spiritual essence, a spiritual person, experiencing life in a physical body. And the deities that you are connected to, primarily those deities will start manifesting in your life, and you will see yourself transforming into those deities in real life. So you will now know that the deities that we venerate, the Orishas, the Orises, we are actually those deities in human form. But the thing is that many people have forgotten all these things because of the effects of colonization, slavery, and whatnot. So ancestral offerings are very, very important for reopening your ancestral memory, connecting you back to your true self, bringing your talents to the forefront, and empowering you, to push you into your destiny, your real pathway that you are supposed to be living in this lifetime. Your true will, that we call it that, your true will, is very, very important. And the importance, it cannot be overemphasized, because when you do these ancestral offerings, especially the ones we do in the community level, when we go to the community shrine to give offerings, you actually awakening those deities, all the ancestors that have died before. They have done offerings there. They are part of the memory bank and part of the collective spiritual essence of that shrine. So when you yourself go to give your offering there, they recognize you, and they start protecting you, watching out for you, and they also empowers you by showing you the things that needs to be done, giving you visions, uh, pushing you in the right path to make sure you make the right decisions in life, and to protect you from evil people that are around you. So this is very, very important. You will discover that when you begin to walk in your spiritual path, as you go to your community, you start giving offerings to each of the community deities. You will find out that each time you do a certain offering to a particular spirit, it's like you feel empowered that a part of you that have been missing or have been subdued is now released, is now restored. So the more offerings you give to each of the deities, the more you restore a certain part of you that have been missing. You will discover that as you are doing this, you are changing, you are transforming, you are feeling empowered, and you find out that life will become much more easier for you. When you want to do something, or you are on a particular project, everything will go very, very fast. You don't stress yourself to do things. All those misfortunes that affect other people, it will not be affecting you, because you are working in total harmony with the elements of nature, of divinity, that is designed to empower you. So this will naturally open ways for you to do the work, which is the continuation of the legacy of the ancestors. So when you walk on this path, you will find out that you will be protected from these evils that are happening in societies, all these things that are happening to people that are trying to run away from their ancestors, people that claim to be Christians, all this nonsense happening to people, dying anyhow, getting sick, or things are just happening to them, negative things all the time, negative news. All those things will not be happening to you. Okay, it will help to strengthen you, and it will rejuvenate you. Also ensures continuity of the legacy of the ancestors. So this is very, very important in the individual level. Then for the community level, it is very, very important for you to show support for your ancestral spirituality. Very, very important, because you are the children of the ancestors, especially in your village. If you can be able to trace your village, those people that are living in Africa, in any part of Africa, any part of the world, doesn't matter. If you can trace your original place that you came from, you can be able to trace your village, trace your family line, you know it. It is important that you support the legacy of that place. Anytime that they are doing ceremonies, try to support it. You can do this financially by contributing money to the ceremony. Very, very important, because you are the children of that place. If you don't do it, do you expect a stranger or a foreigner to do it? You have to do it as a child of that place. So when they are doing feasts or festivals, especially cleansing festival, purification festivals, festivals of ancestral veneration for different reasons, try to be supporting them. Send them money, the organizers, to do that. Also, you can send them your moral support. If you don't have, you can go there to help to make sure that everything goes well. If you don't have money, you can support them with materials. You can buy drinks, buy food, buy anything that they need, that we need. It can be clothing, can be shares, can be anything that you can use to support the ceremony. Always strive to support the ceremony, because when you do so, you will get the blessings of the ancestors. The same way you support your church, when your pastor will call for, we want to buy a generator, we want to do all this rubbish, we want to buy AC, I want to buy a new car. The pastor want to buy a new pint and brazier for his wife, he will call for offering. Pastor want to buy a new shoe, he will call for offering. Pastor want to send his children to abroad, he will call for offering. You can also support your village community deities this way, because the money you give to pastor to support church, do seed, is waste of money. But when you support your community, you support your village, it goes there. People from the village see you actively supporting, and this thing will last forever, because you are from that village. Everybody will know that one certain time you did this. You didn't do it with strangers, you do it in your village, you do it in your community people. So they are going to remember that it is going to be part of the ancestral memory bank that you used to be doing this. But the one you do in church is a total waste. A total waste in the way that people there are not related to you. All those money you are giving it to pastor, a total stranger, whose aim and mission is to deceive you, to get that money from you. So instead of giving money to church to build new church, give it to your village to empower your village, empower the spiritual essence of your village. Very, very important. Anything you are supporting, contributing, material things, give it to them. Okay? Then you can also continue this ancestral veneration with your presence. Of course, it's very, very important to attend the feast, attend the ceremonies physically. It is done for people. People need to go. So some people will send money, but they don't want to go. They are ashamed to be saying, dancing, or for whatever position they feel. But if you can go, try to go. Your presence there matters. It doesn't matter who you are. Your presence there, especially if you're a big person, you're a VIP, it matters a lot. When people see you, when the youth see you actually coming out for the feast, you are being there alone, motivates people, inspires people, and you show yourself as a positive role model, that for you to come physically to this feast or this ceremony, it means that the ceremony is very, very important. It's very, very important, and you value it very much. That's why you take the time, energy to come to the ceremony. So when you come to the ceremony, you take part in it, you interact with people, you become structure and of that ceremony, and it promotes it. It shows that you people are the original descendant of that place. And when people see you doing this, they will give you respect. They will know that you have a place that you come from, and you are proud of where you come from, and you are proud to identify with it, and you want it to be a better place, and you are the people running things in that place. So the people, the government, they will even respect you when they see you. But if they don't see you people coming out to do this feast, they will feel that you people are very weak, and they cannot respect you people, and nobody will want to. People, strangers will start coming to claim your land as their own because they don't see you people exerting your influence or your dominance in that land. Okay, so it's very important that when they do this feast in your community, everybody must try to come out. If you don't have anything doing, I said that thing is very, very important. You must attend physically, dance around the town, walk around the town, let people see that you are the people that owns that place, that that land belongs to you people. What this does is that it enforces your identity, your cultural identity, your tribal identity, and your dominance and your ownership of the land. So this is how people know that you are the owners of that place. By coming out from time to time to show yourself. Yes, it's showing yourself to let people know that this is our land, the spirits of this land. We are the living spirits, we are the living deities of this land. Nobody can take it away from us. This land is our property. So it's important that you go to this feast and do these ceremonies from time to time. Come out, beat your drums, blow your trumpet, dance with your masquerades, shake the town, let them know say na get am. Okay? If you don't do this, the government will not respect you people. The government are structures of European colonization, as we know, to disempower African people. The strangers that are living will not respect you people because they don't see you people exerting your influence on the land. They will start oppressing you people, threatening you people, and all these are not good. So you must do this from time to time. It is very, very important that you come out to do this feast. It is part of the ancestral offerings, ancestral veneration. For instance, now we know that in America today, America is owned by the original people they call Red Indians, Native Americans. The place Washington D.C. is their land. New York used to be their land. All these places are owned by Native Americans, but due to colonization, many of them were killed and their land were stolen by the Caucasians from Europe. We know all the story, Christopher Columbus and his gang of thieves and murderers. So, how can the Native American people show that they still own this land, that they are still here? Now they don't have any power much. We know that but they are still there, and their descendants are there. But they can do this by continuing to promote their culture, continue to come out from time to time, dress up in their native regalia, and dance, walk around the town doing their feast. The government cannot. So these are the things that you need to do. It's very, very important that in awakening your ancestral memory, you must partake in ceremonies, and you must give the ancestral offerings as at when due. I normally recommend people, for individuals that want to do this kind of ceremonies, I prefer them to do it during the full moon cycle, when the moon is full. This is one of the best times to give your ancestral offerings. And in certain spiritual groups, we do it on certain days. For instance, the Ifa, it is best to do it on Monday. Monday is a dedicated day for giving offerings to ancestors. Some people do theirs on Friday, theirs on Saturday, or any time that they are free to do this. But I recommend that the best time, if you are a beginner of giving ancestral offerings, full moons are best. During the time of the full moon, you get a very strong connection with the elemental spirits. So I'll recommend doing it in full moons, and doing it during the time where the star signs are changing, on the 20th, 21st of every month, especially the winter solstice, summer solstice, those kind of days where we have galactic alignments, very important. And just basically be aware of your environment, be aware, be conscious of how you feel about these things and the impressions that you get, your dreams that you're having, the interactions that you're having, and just go with the flow. It is not supposed to be something that is stressful. Okay, doing ancestral offerings are not supposed to be that stressful or expensive. If some people are requesting you to go over your head to do things, buy expensive materials, you should suspect them. Okay, the people you are giving these offerings to are your ancestors, and they understand. Sometimes lighting a candle, a stick of candle or incense is enough to make contact with them, or just saying pronunciations with your mouth, saying prayers to them is enough to make contact. But if you want to go the extra mile, it's better to do some cooking to show that you really care. Cook food, make sure your energy are inside this food. And of course, you are going to eat some of this food. You're going to give it, some of them at the altar, and you can give the rest to people to celebrate. It is all part of the process. Okay, it's a simple process to do. Every culture does this. Ancestral veneration, very, very important. You see the Chinese people doing this, you see the Indian people doing this, we see the Japanese people doing this, we see everybody does it. So why should an African person not do it? Okay, when it comes to Africa, somebody will come from Europe to tell you that your ancestors are demons. This is very, very insultive. Do not allow people to insult your ancestors. That's why you see me, I don't tolerate Christianity. Because what Christianity does is to insult your ancestors. Islam, the same thing. So I don't tolerate that nonsense from any Christian. I don't give them any chance to insult me, to insult my spirituality, to insult my people indirectly. I always block them. And I am the first to insult them too, because they are the real criminals. They are the real demons. They are the real thieves. And they are the real liars. So I always call them out when I see their bullshit. Like yesterday, I woke up. They say there was public holiday in Nigeria. Friday, they say it's Good Friday. Friday and Monday is public holiday. That they are celebrating Easter. Once again, what happened in Easter? They say somebody, one bomb bastard that called Jesus Christ died for them. That he died on Friday, which was yesterday. And he's going to resurrect on Sunday. This is a lie that spread every year. I say, okay, this story, it doesn't always make sense. They say he died and he went to hell for 3 days and 3 nights. Now, if somebody died on Friday and they say he resurrected on Sunday, is that 3 days and 3 nights? Is that not 2 days and 2 nights? So he did not die for 3 days. If he actually died, he didn't die for 3 days and 3 nights. He died for 2 days and 2 nights. But the idiots, when they are writing that their book of lies, called the lie book, as in their holy or dirty Bible, they said he died for 3 days and 3 nights. But they say he died Good Friday, right? Yesterday was Good Friday. So if we count it, he died on Friday afternoon. So he spent Friday night inside hell. Then on Saturday night, he spent it inside hellfire. Then on Sunday afternoon, they say he resurrected again. So the asshole did not really spend 3 days and 3 nights in any place. He only spent 2 days and 2 nights. Friday to Sunday is 2 days and 2 nights, not 3 days and 3 nights. If he has to spend 3 days and 3 nights, then he has to resurrect on Monday, right? For instance, now if you go to an hotel, you say you want to book an hotel room with your girlfriend, you book Friday, okay? Then on Sunday afternoon, you check out. Is it not 2 days and 2 nights the hotel people will charge you for? You book on Friday, you sleep Friday night, you sleep Saturday night, then Sunday afternoon before 12 o'clock, you check out from your hotel room. How much are you paying for? You tell the receptionist you paid for 2 days and 2 nights. You did not pay for 3 days and 3 nights. So their stupid Jesus did not spend any 3 days and 3 nights anywhere. And now they are celebrating this nonsense again, calling it Easter. A liar. A God that is a liar. A God that is a misogynistic, that does not have a wife. A God that is a criminal, that is a pervert. A God that is a beggar. They don't celebrate and again say na Easter, say somebody come die for you. Why is it a good thing for somebody to Good Friday? If the day somebody dies is usually a bad day, it's supposed to be a bad Friday if you really care about the person, but they say it's a good thing for him to die. So he died to wash away their sins, and he's still going to punish them again for sinning. All these things is oxymoron. If you die to wash away my sin, that means I am free to sin as I like. There's no fire for me anymore, right? Because you already took my sin away. So I will not go to hellfire, but at the same time, you're still threatening people with hellfire. So which sin did you really wash? You did not really wash any sins. Since you say you wash sin and you're still going to send some people again to hellfire. So you didn't wash their sin. Their sin is still there. All these things are lies spread by Christianity to just bamboozle people and enslave people. But nowadays we are waking up, we are wise. It is not easy to be wise. Okay, it takes the grace of your ancestors to deliver you from this monstrosity of and stupidity of Christianity. So they say they are doing Good Friday. Yesterday they said they will not eat meat. That if you eat meat, you have eaten Jesus Christ. I ate meat yesterday, just to spite them. And they are idiots, basically. So we need to call all these things out. And they say he come to die for our sins. Which sin did we commit? Did we send him? You sent him to die for you. I didn't send him. I don't care about him. I'm here in Nigeria. My ancestors are from Africa. I have no business with anybody from Europe, with any Jewish ghost. He didn't die for me. Okay, he died for his own criminal children. He did not die. My own ancestors died for me. So I have to venerate my ancestors. They are the ones that I know. The people I'm carrying, this black skin is not for, it's my ancestors that have this black skin and blood, not Jesus Christ. I have no DNA connection with him. I have no business with him. I don't have anything to do. I don't want to see him. As far as I'm concerned, he's a piece of shit. Okay? A maggot. He's a maggot. And he's a lies. Shikoko. Now waiting a baby that. A vampire, a parasite. That is sucking on the life force energy of the African race and anybody can lash onto. So we need to do away with this religion. It's a criminal religion. Okay, you cannot keep coming out every day to say every year that your God died for 3 days and 3 nights. Then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you say don't resurrect again. It's 2 days and 2 nights. But your Bible is wrong. It's right there in the Bible. Okay? It's a lie book. It's a lie book. So we need to call them out on all this nonsense. Call them out. Don't give them chance to insult your ancestors. It's very disrespectful. For somebody to tell you that you are living in sin, your child is born in sin, is insultive. If you allow anybody to tell you that you are a big fool, you should tell them that it is your own generation that is born in sin. Tell them not to come to your house again and warn them not to repeat that mistake. It's insultive. You have a right to arrest them for calling you a sinner, for calling your children a sinner, that they have to be washed by the blood of this bushwalker for them to be pure, indirectly telling you that you are dirty, you are filthy, that their Jesus Christ blood need to wash you as white as snow. All these are insultive things. That's why I like the Asian people. When I was in Thailand, they don't tolerate that nonsense. If you go and preach to them in Thailand, you are going straight to prison. Tell them that Jesus Christ come to die for them. They will ask you that who sent him? Who sent them? We don't know him here. What we know here is Buddha. If you tell them they are born in sin, they take it as insultive. They will just call police and police will pick you. They are going to regret. If you not take time, they will deport you if you are not even from the country. Straight deportation. You come to their country to come and insult them, to come and call them sinners. Who the hell are you? So there are many things we tolerate in Africa. Many insultive things we tolerate every day from Christianity that we should not and must not tolerate. Ancestral veneration is very, very important. We must support and promote our own culture. When we do these ceremonies, we come out in the streets every time, can be once or twice in a year. When people see you, they will know that yes, you have an identity. You have where you belong. You actually own something. You have your place. in these planets, they will respect you, they will honor you, the land will bless you because you are a child of that land, representing, keeping it real. But when you don't do this due to Christianity, the Christian people will have power to be insulting you every day, demonizing your ancestors, disrespecting you, doing you anyhow because you don't stand for your identity. You have no identity, you have no connection. What you are now is now a slave to Christianity, a caricature. This is how many people have been poor in Africa. They have now sold their ancestral land to churches. Some of them even give it free. Land that have been in your generation, you destroy your ancestral shrine, you use your own hand to dash the land to a church. Then what have you? You are now useless now. That is how many people have been poor, rendered poor in Nigeria because of this deceit. So you should be wise. The things that you inherit from your ancestors, do not give it to anyone. You have a right to protect it. If you destroy it, then you are going to suffer. And you are still going to be punished. You will feel the punishment in this lifetime. You're going to get the punishment in the spirit world for being stupid. You have turned your bloodline to the lineage of from glory and royalty to perpetual slavery, eternal slavery, because of your wrong decisions. A lot of people have made these mistakes, and they are going to regret for a very long time. You should not make this mistake. Venerate your ancestors. Go to your community, support your anytime they are doing your community feast. Go there, support it financially, morally. Go there with your presence. Do the things that needs to be done. Don't play with it. This is the only way you can continue to maintain your identity and your culture. This is the only way they will respect you. If the Native Americans stop coming out to do their feast from year to year, nobody will respect them. If they don't come out in Canada, they don't come out in America, where are you going to see that own America? The white people are going to claim everywhere. We need to be doing this in Africa, doing this in anywhere you have. Create time and dates for ancestral veneration. Very, very important. Support it at home. If you are living abroad, anytime they are doing the feast, send money to the chief priest, support it. All these things, the ancestors remember all this. This is how African spirituality can grow. When we continue doing the traditions, the traditional spiritual practice of during our lifetime, we pass this to our children. We continue to expand. We continue to do it. This is what we protect us, what we ensure our continuity on this planet. But immediately we stop doing all this, we're going to die off. You die off. You fade away. You become non-existent, and another person will take your place. So you must not stop doing it. This is why I don't complain when I see some festivals in Nigeria, when I see some people coming out to block the roads to do their traditional festival. I don't complain because I know that it's important. If they don't do it like this, strangers are going to take over your community. They're going to forget that you actually exist. They're not going to see you like anybody. They're not going to see you that important. So you must come out. If you have to block the whole road that very day, block all the roads, tell all the stores to lock up, shut up all stores. Nobody will buy and sell. Today is our feast day. Today is our community day. Make them know, say, yes, we day here. Say, today na Uriah day. Or today na Robo day. Today na is your day. Shut down everywhere. They're going to say, yes, now we day here. Now we get this land. They will respect you people. But if you don't do this, I tell you, within a short time, they will start taking all your lands, oppressing you and beating your children, doing all sort of nonsense in your land. Because they don't see you people. So who they here? Who be them? They get level. We don't see them. They are no more. Just like the ancient Egypt, you see the Arabs are misbehaving in Egypt over there. The people that are supposed to be there, they are not there anymore. This is what will happen. You will disappear. If you stop your ancestral veneration, you stop doing it, you will disappear. Your identity, everything about you will die. It's simple as that. Your spirituality will die. Your language, your culture, your customs, everything that makes you a people and a race and a kingdom will perish. So you must not stop doing it. It is very, very important that you do this. Very, very important that as an African spiritualist person, you support all these things. Don't play with it. It is your soul essence. You must partake in it. You must take part in it. This is how it's supposed to be, and this is the way we should be doing it. So there's power inside. There's power. Okay. So we should be doing this. So we should not let anybody deceive us, especially Christianity. These are the ones that are trying to destroy us. We must not let them deceive us. They are evil people. They are the real witch. They are the real demons. They are the real thieves, the real liars, the criminals, the evil people. We must not let them do this. Christianity, Islam, Judaism. Those are the three vampires of Abraham. So it is not African thing they are practicing. Very, very un-African culture. The essence of those vampires is to destroy African people. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? So now so it just be. So do your offerings. So very, very important. Fix time, create time at least once a month. Do your ancestral offerings. If you can do it weekly, okay, but if you cannot do it weekly, do it once a month. Okay, I will recommend full moon. Full moon is best time. If you don't have time for full moon, Fridays, Mondays, anytime you are free, but do them. Then join your local community. If you are living in abroad in America, form your African community, celebrate your Black History Month, celebrate your Kwanzaa. Anytime they are doing anything to commemorate or to remember your African culture and tradition, make sure you are a part of it. Make sure you send money to support them, send materials to support them with your presence. People need to see us coming out, to know that we are still here and we are continuing the legacy. If you are doing it, you are in Nigeria, you are anywhere in Africa, support them, send money to your chief priest, send materials there too. Also be present there, let people see you doing it, let people see you. This is a way to say our tradition will not die, our spirituality will not die, our name, our heritage, our legacy will not be wiped out by Christianity. All those people that are shaming you, oh, say they are fetish people, they are still envying you. They don't want you to have what you have. They are witches and wizards. Don't care about people going to laugh at you. Anybody that will laugh at you promoting your culture, that person is an evil person and is a stupid person. Tell them I said so. They are stupid. It is them that will lost their culture. So don't be ashamed to come out in festivals. Don't be ashamed. Be very proud. Come out in full force. Let them see you. It will give you respect. It will give you honor. It will give you dignity. It will give you identity. It will give you empowerment. And it will give you blessings from the ancestors. So we must be doing all these things. It is our spiritual responsibility to preserve our culture, preserve our legacy, preserve our heritage into the future, to infinity and beyond. This is who we are, and we are proud of who we are. And we are still here, and we are expanding. And nothing will change that fact. This is a message that we need to send to the outside world, to the rest of the world. This is the only thing that will give us respect, honor, and dignity. Okay? So, this is what I will say today. A word is enough for the wise. Questions and comments are welcome. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, please endeavor to hit the enable all notifications so that anytime I push videos, you will be the first to get it. Anytime I post articles, you will get those articles. I post a lot of articles on African spirituality from different authors every day. You come to this channel, if you want to learn African spirituality, this is where you need to be. I teach the history, the science, the metaphysics here. So you will know, you will learn a lot of things by reading the community section, by watching my videos. You will learn so many things on African spirituality. Then if you still want to go deeper, I have a 6 months program where I teach the nitty-gritties of African spirituality. There I will teach you so many things. You don't have to be beating around the bush, picking information from different sources. Many information have been corrupted by Christianity and by Western academics to poison our spiritual consciousness. So if you want to know the real source, the raw source, join my program. Okay, 6 months, you support me, it makes the program grow. It's not a free program or I charge money. Those money, I use it to promote and advance and do more research into African spirituality. I don't just eat them. Okay, the money they work, it goes somewhere. It goes to many places. So please support me. But still yet, if you don't want to support me, you can still buy my books. This one on quantum physics is the first book written on quantum physics in the history of Nigeria. In this book, I talked about the origin of quantum physics from African spirituality. I covered advanced topics like time and space travel, origin of the Christian religion, the plagiarization of Christianity from Kemetic spiritual practices. I talk about negative space. I talk about the evil forest. I talk about sacred space, 666 melanin, and so many powerful things that your church don't want you to know. Your mosque don't want you to know it. Western academicians don't want you to read this book so that they can control you. Even your government don't want you to know. But all the information is here to help you. Then you can see by this work, Walking in the Shadow of the Gods, over 200 spells a year. Spells for different aspects of your life, for love, prosperity, wealth, different illnesses. African spells are here waiting for you. Then if you want to know how to make contact with the African deities, Whispers of Amente is here. This book teach you how to get one-on-one direct connection with the spirits, connecting with the deities of transformation, death and transformation, regeneration, prosperity, even destruction. Everything is here. Eshu is here. Tehuti is here. Santisma Morite is here. Amera is here. Many powerful deities, they are here. So please get this book. It will help you to balance your scale so that you will not be mugu when it comes to the spirit world. You go know things. You need to know. Knowledge is power. This is why they don't teach African history and spirituality in Africa. They hide it from our curriculum. Imagine we Africans don't know anything about our spirituality. The Hindus have their Hinduism. Indian people have it. Chinese people have their Buddhism, Shintoism, and all their nonsense. Everybody have their own spiritual practice, but where is African spirituality? It is nowhere. They don't want us to be empowered. They don't want us, even our history, they don't teach it in our schools. Somebody is hiding something. Somebody is lying. Who are the people lying? They are the people trying to control us. Christianity is lying. Islam is lying. Judaism is lying. But African spirituality predicts all of them. And we are the truth. So if you want to know that raw truth, the knowledge is here. You don't need to go anywhere. I have it here. It is just you to plug into it. So empower yourself. So if you don't want to support me, join my program, you can still buy a book to help yourself. If you still don't want to buy my book, you can still support spiritualists from your tribe, because some people are very, very tribalistic people. We have a lot of them in Nigeria. At least still support good person from your tribe. Support your local native doctor, your local chief priest, your king, your queen, people that you see to be doing something good. Support those ones to make African spirituality survive. You can't not support me alone. Support somebody, do something. Send money to them, promote them, go to your traditional ceremonies, help them to grow. Because it is very, very endangered. A lot of people don't support African spirituality. That's why we are the way we are. So it's very important. It is part of ancestral veneration to support it, to preserve it. When you look at ancient artifacts, you look at Benin bronze, Benin artifacts, you look at Kemetic statues and sculptures. People did all those things. Those temples, people spend money to build them. People like me and you. They saw the importance. They saw the need. Say, no, we have to preserve our culture. So they contributed money. They built temples. They designed sculptures. They do this, all those expensive stuff. And it was expensive back then. It is much more expensive today. What are we doing today? Today, nobody makes sculptures anymore. To even contribute money, build temple, nothing, nobody they do. And we are almost totally dead. Ancestral veneration, we don't stop. And we are still looking at those old things that people did before. People that did it, they have died hundreds of years. Now that one we can't look. Waiting with the new one we are doing today. How many people are investing in building modern day African temples? How many people are writing books to preserve African spirit? How many people are promoting it? Very few people. It is dying. It is dying. So you cannot be a practitioner, you don't do anything to promote it. How many people are singing music, traditional music, promoting African culture? How many people are teaching the language? Everything about our culture, everything about us is dying because we don't support it. So we must play active role in supporting it. This is part of ancestral veneration, not just talking, not just pouring drink for ground. You pour drink or ground, do empty libation. You know, now that a handle, you must do the work. You must build your shrines, places of worship. You must stock it. You must modernize it. The way your people are doing in Delta State today, they have been able to modernize their spirituality. They are number one in African spirituality in Delta State right now because they have seen the importance of this and they are doing the right thing. I am very proud of them. They are building modern temples, stocking it, putting things inside, teaching their children the importance, doing their festivals, showcasing it, promoting it, advancing it. No other tribe is doing this in Delta State. How many people are doing this in Nigeria? All the other people, they are going to church, their kings are womanizing or stealing their little money that come to them to do project. The kings with the traditional rulers are stealing it. Then we see African spirituality is what? It's not that. It is promoting, actively building it. You must work. You must spend money inside. That's why you go take grow. How many of us are doing this? Almost zero. So this is the way it will be if we don't promote it. All these are part of ancestral veneration, in case you don't know. Not just to pour empty drink in the ground, light candle and waka lift the candle, say you don't do your spiritual work. You didn't do anything, no, brother. The work did. Okay? So there's much more work to do. We need to think for the collective. We need to think for the future. We need to plan the future. If you not plan life, life will plan you. That's how it just be. So we must do all these things. You cannot escape it. So we cannot be looking at old status of people did them 2,000 years ago and be saying we are proud. Where are the statues are we building now? Where are the artifacts we are building now? Where are the temples? Where are the cultural things we are creating now? This is what really matters. Our children will ask us all these questions in the future. So this is real ancestral veneration. Okay, not be mouth now a day. Now walk a day. Actions speak louder than words. So I guess I will end it for here today. For people that have been supporting me on this channel, I am very, very grateful. I thank you. It is because of people like you. I am still here doing it. I'm still here kicking it. Continue to support me. Even the ones that have been blasting me with their negativity, continue to blast. You are teaching me how to be strong. Continue to insult and throw your punches. I am getting much more stronger and getting more endurance from you people. So I also thank you people as well. Then I'm very grateful. Today we're having a feast in the village. I will go there today. I will record stuff. I will post it on this channel as well so that you can see how things is done in my village and other things as well. So I thank you for watching. If you want to do your oracle tarot divination, I do it on this channel. You can contact me for that. If you also want to buy your herbs, your native shocks, your candles, your meditation beads, any kind of things that have to do with spirituality, I sell all those things on this channel as well. Okay. Apart from that, I thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace. One love.